Hey everyone and welcome. Today we're doing an explainer on something that honestly trips up a lot of people, cracking the code of English prepositions. I know, grammar rules can kind of feel like this endless maze of exceptions, but go ahead and put your teacher hats on with me today because we're going to completely demystify some of the most common, yet literally the most confusing phrases in the English language, prepositions of material. Yep, we're going to look at the exact difference between made of, made from, made out of, and made with.
So here's the big secret to unlocking these phrases. Just as spatial words rely on physical dimensions and movement, prepositions of material rely entirely on transformation and visibility. It's really that simple. It all boils down to one foundational question. After the whole manufacturing process is done, can you still recognize the original substance in the final product?
Section 2. Made of. Visible materials.
The rule for made of is super simple. We use it when the basic material used to create something hasn't been radically changed. It's still easily recognizable to anyone looking at it. Basically, the raw material has essentially just been shaped. And this brilliantly illustrates the point. Take a table, for instance. A table is made of wood. Or consider a structure. The temple is made of gold. In both of these cases, the raw material, the wood and the gold, well, they are still clearly visible to the naked eye. The wood wasn't chemically altered into something entirely different, right? It was just cut, sanded, and shaped into a table. And the exact same goes for the gold on the temple. It's visible and it's obvious.
Now consider yourselves warned, because things are about to literally disappear. Section 3. Made from. Invisible changes.
Which brings us to made from. We use this phrase when the material changes its form completely during the manufacturing process. We're talking about a massive physical or chemical transformation here, and because of this, the original state is just not easily apparent or visible in the final product.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the ultimate contrast we're seeing. The exact same raw material, wood, takes two entirely different prepositions based strictly on its transformation. So a table is made of wood because the wood is visible. But paper is made from wood because the change is totally invisible. The trees don't look like trees anymore once they've been mashed into pulp and rolled into paper, do they?
Let's cement this concept with a couple more examples just to be absolutely sure. Butter is made from milk. Wine is made from grapes. I mean, you can't see white liquid milk when you're looking at a solid stick of yellow butter, and you certainly don't see round solid grapes floating around in your glass of wine. Their original states are completely unrecognizable now, so we go with made from.
All right, moving on to Section 4, made out of, creative transformations. This phrase brings a really fun creative twist to the rules we literally just learned.
You can kind of think of made out of as the upcycling preposition. We use it when something is created by transforming something else into a completely new form. It almost always refers to the creative reuse or the recycling of materials to give an everyday object a brand new life.
Think of, say, candle holders made out of wine bottles, or a really cool sculpture made out of old car parts. The emphasis here is on how these original items, the glass bottles and the metal car engines, were so cleverly repurposed into completely different functional objects. The material is visible, sure, but the focus is really on the incredible transformation of the object's core purpose.
Okay, now we're bringing our lesson straight into the kitchen for Section 5, made with, the ingredients.
So, made with acts essentially like a recipe. It's used most often when we're talking about the ingredients of food and drink. Instead of focusing on the base material changing form, it focuses on one specific component, or maybe how a variety of individual parts combine to create the whole shebang.
Let's move to and see how this builds into something delicious. If you're having an amazing dinner, you might say, this dish is made with beef, red peppers, and herbs. The focus here is simply on listing the ingredients that actually compose the meal. Or, you might just want to highlight a single element, like asking, wait, is sushi always made with raw fish? You're focusing on that specific ingredient within the larger whole.
We've definitely covered a lot of ground today, but don't worry, I've got you covered. Section 6, the grammar cheat sheet.
So the crucial point is easy to remember if you just think about your focus. Made of is for when the material is visible and recognizable, like a wood table. Made from is for when the material has changed form completely, think paper from trees. Made out of is used for transformed or recycled items, like our awesome car part sculpture. And made with puts the focus firmly on the ingredients, like a delicious dish made with beef. Simple, right?
But hey, before we finish up here, I want to give you a quick reality check and full permission to just relax. Grammar rules are absolutely not carved in stone. In real life, even native English speakers sometimes accidentally break these rules. You might occasionally hear someone say made from, even when the material is perfectly apparent. Honestly, language is a living, breathing thing.
Which brings us to our final thought. Since language is a living, breathing tool meant for connection, not just perfection, how are you going to use these phrases creatively today? So the next time you look at the objects around your house, just ask yourself, was it made of, made from, or made out of its materials? Go ahead and test your new skills, keep learning, and I'll catch you next time.